I don't know if I'm live right now, but guess what? I'm gonna open up a can, Jason. Have you ever opened up a can with one hand?
Yeah, and then I whooped ass.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, and then I turned 7. I thought you were gonna say some shit like that. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, Jason. It's a pretty good joke. Hey, this is a Fantasy Red Zone. We're gonna talk fantasy football today. Specifically, we're gonna go over like 2 players. Would you rather have this player or that player? Then we're gonna go over some stats, convince you one way or the other. I think we have 5 of these scenarios. So we did this last year. It was fun. And we also have news and brews, man. So you already saw the brews. And I got some news. Shit is going down, people. Remember when we tried to do this? Like I was making up news for like months. Well, guess what, man? Fake news. Shit's going down, man. So we got some real stuff going on. People are missing the first 4 games left and right. A lot of people announced on pup lists and stuff like that. So stick around. Jason, before we get into everything, please tell the public how they can help this show because, dear God, we need it.
Yeah, I'm going to hold the mic close like this because every time I listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I can barely hear me every time.
What about me? That? Am I dominating the airwaves?
I feel like Tyler's voice is just so alpha, the alpha wolf.
I try to keep it high pitch. I try to keep a high pitch for this show.
And it just attracts that. It's like, we want the high pitch. So I'm going to start doing this now, and hopefully it works. I don't know why, but when I do my solo videos, it doesn't, I'm okay, but when we do these combination ones. Anyway, if you guys made it this far and care about the microphone placement for me, if you could please like and subscribe, because we need it. We're over 2,000. I would like to get to 2,500 before the season start. Is it possible? Only you guys could tell. What I said, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We got a Patreon. We also got a thank you button on all our videos if you guys are feeling friendly. Back to you, Tyler.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Hey, guess what, man? Who are we targeting? Juwan Jennings, right? The 49ers just placed Brandon Ayuk. And then, newsflash, man, this was a hot news on the fantasy websites. Ricky Pearsall on the pup list. That means they're going to miss the first 4 games, dude. So, Juwan Jennings is holding out. George Kittle? I might rather have, dude. I don't know. George Kittle's really fighting for that second tight end spot, that first tight end spot right now with me. It's kind of crazy. And then Jason, I mean, if Ricky Pearsall misses the first 4 games and he falls down the draft board and Juwan Jennings continues to rise, who would you rather have?
I don't know. Sorry, I was getting everything set up. What'd you just ask me? What's it about?
So, like, Juwan Jennings was going later than Ricky Pearsall. Or maybe. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Pearsall was going later.
Ah, shit. I can't remember. I think it was maybe 2 rounds later. They're both going like 7th round or later, Jason. But say Ricky Pearsall starts going like in the 13th round or something, and Juwan Jennings starts going like in the 6th or the 5th round, who would you rather have?
I think I'd still go with Jennings.
Yeah. I think at that point in time, I'd start throwing the dart on Ricky Pearsall coming back in that second half of the season with Brandon Ayuk coming back injured as well. Man, dude, this shit's crazy. So Shanahan said the MFer would be ready by minicamp after tweaking his hamstring. So again, Jason, this is 2 years in a row of him saying people are going to be ready. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And so, yeah, as far as coach speak, Shanahan could S&D.
Yeah, I thought maybe Pearsall got shot again. I'm like, why is he going on the pub list?
He tweaked his hamstring, and it was way worse than what they led on. So
he tweaked it.
I mean, somebody missed a season last year. I forget who it was. Like, missed the entire season with the hamstring last year. Jason, Dallas County judge sentenced the Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice to 5 years probation, which is insane to think about that, and then 30 days of jail time. So right now, Rashee Rice should be arrested and go to jail. He's going to go to jail, man. Now that the judge has ruled, the NFL can expedite the ruling, so there is a good chance he's going to be suspended for maybe the first 4 to 6 games. Now, I wanted to draft him in the 3rd round. I will be targeting this fool. Like I said, I know he's a piece of shit, Jason, but I eat pieces of shit for breakfast. So
you eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Part 2 coming out soon on Netflix.
July 25th.
Is it really? I watched the preview. The preview for Mortal Kombat 2 looked pretty good. I'll tell you that much. But anyways, I'm saying that I would still be targeting Rashee Rice. He's going to be falling down a lot. This happened last year, but the opposite ended up happening. He was not suspended. But yeah, dude. So give me the second half of the year with Rashee Rice. Maybe give me the second half of the year with dude. Ricky Pearsall as well.
So let's say he's suspended 2 to 4 games. Are you still getting him in the 3rd round?
Nah, I'll try to get him in the 4th. Because that's when I'm willing to roll the dice. And then, so are you saying that you would get him? What if he suspended 6 games? Would you get him in the 4th?
I will get this guy in the 4th before you, Tyler. It would be the
All
only
right.
time. If I'm going to reach on somebody, I'm going to reach on somebody that's going to win me a league.
Yeah, because right now I'm going to get Devontae Adams in the 3rd round, pretty much. I'm going to get running back Devontae Adams. Because I believe, Jason, I've been watching too much Rams training camp. That's my problem. All right, man. Next up, Najee Harris placed on the NFI list. I had to check out what this was. That's a non-football injury, and he would have to miss the first 4 games if he is still on the NFI list when the 53-man roster is set for the Chargers. So, will that happen? Apparently, he's been getting they said that he was getting treated by Stanford or some shit like that for his burns and his eye. It could be really bad. So right now, I'd be drafting Omarion Hampton as much as I could in best ball and stuff like that. But as far as redraft leagues, we're going to find out if he's going to be missing the first 4 games or not pretty soon.
If he does not go in the preseason, would that give you more confidence to get Amari Hampton?
Yeah, because I was not liking Omarion Hampton for a while because I thought Najee Harris was a better value where he was going. But now with this shit, dude, usually, especially with they're both on a new team. You know what I'm saying? They need to get those practice reps in. They need to get everything under their belt. And it's not good, man, for Najee Harris at all. That Omarion Hampton's going to be getting first team reps all day long for the foreseeable future.
And you know what was crazy was one of Najee Harris's weakness coming out of college was his vision.
That's pretty good, Jason. That's what I said. They said he was a violent runner. Who was that? I forget that. Somebody got arrested for domestic violence.
Duncan, yeah,
so he's a violent runner. Anyways, Jason, as far as defenses go, I was kind of keeping my eye on the Raiders defense with Pete Carroll. Well, Christian Wilkinson, man, is on the PUP list. They traded for him. He missed 2 games in his entire career with the Dolphins. That was due to COVID. And he's known for his motor, and he was one of the leading defensive tackles in sacks for a couple of years in a row. He's gonna be missing the first part of the season, Jason. So I was kind of paying attention to the Raiders defense. This is a huge blow there.
Yeah, maybe it's a team that we want to see who they play in the playoffs, because even with Max Crosby there, if he can get any type of help with the interior line, that's going to be a huge benefit. Max Crosby's already top 5 in pressure rate every single year. So
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I was looking for cheap defenses that I like, and then this kind of puts them off the list. And then here we go, man. Christian Watson starting the year off on the PUP. So we thought we always heard that he was going to be coming in, missing some games, and now it's official. So yeah, Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden. Again, I would rather have Matthew Golden. I've been seeing a lot of articles about Jaden Reed lately, but which wide receiver would you like, Jason, out of all of the Green Bay Packers?
Reed can't stay on the field. They don't put him on the field. Give me Golden.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I already know what I get with everybody else, man. Give me the wild card here. All right, here we go. I'm going to share the screen with you. We're starting to get into some situations. Oh my God, dude. Would you rather, Jason? This or that is what I'm calling it. So first up, this is the toughest one because they're on the same team. For me, especially with I was looking at betting odds and a lot of other stuff. RJ Harvey or J.K. Dobbins. Jason, who do you want to speak first? I'm sharing my screen with a shit ton of notes.
Yeah, normally this is when I take over the hosting and just ask you the question.
Ooh, damn. It's been a year, Jason. It's been a year and 1,000 beers.
It's been 82 years.
And 1,000 beers.
But so what I can do, let me just ask you. Let me give out the ADPs real quick, and you just give me the rundown of who you prefer. And yeah, we can start off with RJ RJ Harvey, he's going as running back 22, or J.K. Dobbins as running back 45. That's like 7-round difference.
Fucking hey, dude. Huge difference, Jason. And on the Broncos beat writers are already calling. I mean, on the they're already saying that whatever his name is, J.K. Dobbins is a starter. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I heard that.
I'm looking at the depth chart right now. I was supposed to look at this earlier. RJ Harvey is actually listed as the number one.
Are you on ESPN?
But the beat writers are saying J.K. Dobbins is the number one.
Are you on ESPN that says that? Because I looked at that too, and it said RJ Harvey.
Yeah, no, because I read this whole article from it's like the Broncos something. It was like a bunch of beat writer stuff.
Yeah.
What's up?
This beat writer is saying that Dobbins is going to be the starter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I said. Yeah, I saw that all day. But Jason, let's see. We talked about the Sean Payton system and a team with a lot of potential to look different this year, or just value in general. The Broncos have failed to produce a 100-yard rusher in all 17 games, plus the playoffs last season. Dobbins has rushed for over 100 yards in 5 games between the Chargers and Baltimore over his career. He's only 26 years old, dude. And the thing that I found surprising, Jason, was that RJ Harvey, even though he's a second-round draft pick or rookie this season, he's 24 years old. So there's 2 years difference between these running backs, and one's a rookie. Isn't that kind of crazy?
He started kindergarten late.
It's like you, dude. You're like fucking huge. I'm actually older than you, Jason.
Varsity football at age like 19, so they put him in kindergarten at age 7.
I'm gonna hold my kid back a year just so he can be a professional baseball player. And then Jason. So again, J.K. Dobbins is 26. This rookie is 24. That's a huge difference. We have seen J.K. Dobbins be amazing for like every time he touches the ball. We'll talk about his yards per carry in a minute, but as far as the Broncos in general and their scheme, they've caught 214 passes over the last 2 years. That's more than any other team. So there's a lot of potential here, especially PPR for a running back 2 or a running back 1. And then as far as Harvey goes, man, PFF rushing grade against Power 5 opponents. So when he actually had to go against good schools was 93.4 over the last 3 years, which was just ahead of Blake Corum, Quinshon Judkins, and Travion Henderson, and just below, a couple other running backs. So he is an amazing runner as far as prospects go. And that's all you can really say about him because there's not much other data because he's a rookie. And then as far as Dobbins goes, Jason, the 10th most rushing yards per game, almost 70 rushing yards per game, and since he's been in the league pretty much, and 0.31 30-plus yard runs per game. So he is still explosive, man. Like, again, he's only 26 years old. That's his 4th best rate. So he is that big playability. Dobbins had his best fantasy season of his career last year with 14.8 fantasy points per game. That was only running back 18, but still, he is not done, man. He had an Achilles tear in 2023. This was his first year back, and he's like 4th best in all these categories. Running back 18 in one category. He has a 5.2 yards per carry over the NFL career. Dude, Javonte Williams had 3.6 over the last 2 seasons. So it's a huge upgrade. And then, again, he tore his Achilles. He's coming off of that. And as far as what Vegas thinks, Jason, I've been writing this down. This was the worst. This was the worst out of all the things I wrote down because there was just Vegas does not know what to think about this rushing situation. Harvey's over and under is at 700.5. So again, they don't even think Harvey's going to get 750 rushing yards for the most part. And then Dobbins is not there because they are not sure about that. Neither have rushing touchdown lines. And right now I'm saying, give me MFing J.K. Dobbins, dog. So J.K. Dobbins, how many rounds later, dude? Like 8 rounds later, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, yeah. It's crazy. So 7 rounds later, you're getting J.K. Dobbins. He's going to be the starter. He's averaged 5.2 yards per carry. Like, we know what he's going to be in the NFL. Running backs. I know I like running backs, rookie running backs. They usually translate well in the rookie year. But again, there's a chance that he is not. And he's an older running back that dominated last year. I don't like older players, Jason, that did well in college. I want them to come out young, man, especially running backs. So I like J.K. Dobbins in the 13th round. If I could do that in best ball, I'm drafting that every single time. I'll draft him in the fucking 11th round if I had to.
So I am, I'm a RJ Harvey Denton believer, truther this year. I'm all in on him. Either way, let's just say this. Either way, I am trying to get Harvey. I keep actually looking at his ADP and why is it not dropping from running back 22? I do not know.
I do not know either. That's a big problem I've got, Jason, because I would need him to be like, if he was in the 8th round, oh, I'd be all over it. But like in the 6th round with like, that's like starting wide receivers, man, starting running backs. So I've got an issue there.
But if we're going for straight up value, J.K. Dobbins would be the one to draft for this.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you know, there's a reason why he's also going so late. I mean, because you said he's 26 years old. Technically he's supposed to be in his prime for running backs, but it's the injuries, right? J.K. Dobbins weeks 1 through 2, his explosive run rate was 14.8%, second in the NFL, and his missed tackles forced per attempt was 0.33, first in the NFL in the first 2 weeks of the season. One of those teams, let's just throw out there, was the Panthers, who gave up the most points to running backs last season. Well, after that, weeks 3 and on, his explosive run rate was 3.4%, which is 43rd. Missed tackles forced per attempt was 0.12, that's 48th. So injuries, I believe, caused his regression. I think he even missed like 5 games last year. But this is even why he's being drafted at that spot. I have 13 in my head, like round 13 maybe where he's going. I don't know. That might be a little.
That's where Dobbins going, yeah.
Okay. Then I was right about that. But with all that, with all the misses, with all his metrics, you know, regressing over the season, he still came pretty close to having 1,000 yards rushing last year. And that's what you're getting. You're getting the potential of a 1,000-yard rusher with 8 to 10 touchdowns
in the 13th round, man. The 13th round.
So that's wbut it is. He definitely has a better value.
Like even if he goes up to the 10th round, you know, like, but if Harvey's still at the 6th, I'd still get Dobbins. If they were like 1 round apart, I would go Harvey probably. Just for the second half of the year.
I am just straight up rolling the dice on Harvey, and that is a knock to my own, a red flag of my own.
All right, Jason.
Are we going to the next one?
Ask me another question.
All right. Question number 2. Who would you rather draft? Trey McBride, he's tight end 2, or Brock Bowers, tight end 1, and I think they're going about a round apart. I think Bowers
is exactly what they're doing.
Okay, McBride in round 3.
I want to say they're going like 7 picks later. So yeah, Bowers, he's the number 1 tight end overall, going in the 2nd round. Am I ever going to draft a tight end in the first 5 rounds again? Probably not.
Not anymore.
Especially this year, man. There's a lot of tight ends I like. So I'm not going to get either of these people. McBride, tight end 2 in the 3rd round. So yeah, again, I mean, you're talking about tight ends, upper echelon, man. And the difference between Brock Bowers and Sam Laporta is Sam Laporta scored 10 touchdowns. Brock Bowers did not get many touchdowns whatsoever. It was all receptions, all targets, and that is way more stickier than touchdowns. So he has a much higher chance to sustain his number 1 ability or whatever over Sam Laporta. And then Bowers led all tight ends again in receptions and receiving yards his rookie fucking season, which is crazy. He had the 2nd highest target share at 23.6. Only at 20% target share in the red zone. I expect that to go up as he gets older. He led the league in uncatchable targets last season, and now he gets Geno Smith. And I want to say, like, oh yeah, well, what about DK Metcalf? Man, DK Metcalf had like a ton of uncatchable targets, but like short passes, man, Geno Smith is money, man. So Bowers should he should be in the upper half of uncatchable targets, not like the lower half, or what I'm trying to say. He should do a lot better as far as catchable target rate goes. And then let's see. Raiders' new offensive coordinator Chip Kelly has 4 years of experience as an NFL head coach. In 3 of those years, the tight end who led the team in offensive snaps was different from the tight end who led the room in receiving yards, which is insane. So, like, Chip Kelly, just because of opportunity does not mean that you are going to be the number 1 fantasy tight end. So that is kind of like the curveball there with the new system and everything. And then McBride, Jason, he has all of the same coaches, all the same everything. He was the number 1 amongst tight ends in target share at 29%. And the big thing was he was number 1 in target share in the red zone by a lot at 35.7%. And that only had 2 touchdowns. So if you want to talk about progression as far as touchdowns go, he is my candidate number 1 overall, like in the league. McBride averaged 15.2 per game PPR in 2023 once he became the starter, and then 15.2 last year. So 2.5 or a season and a half, a season plus of him just being a tight end number 1 overall. So I like the consistency relative to Brock Bowers. And then the Cardinals kept the same head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback, top 3 tight ends, top 4 wide receivers, top 3 running backs from last season. So the consistency is there. Whereas, man, there's so much change in the Raiders. There could be some shit going on there. And as far as what Vegas thinks, dude, this is where I kind of have some doubts. But Bowers over and under, man, at 1,000.5 yards. All right. Then we look at McBride, 100 yards fewer. So just think about maybe 10 yards a target or something like that, 10 yards reception. We're looking at 20 fantasy points PPR right there in favor of Bowers. And then as far as reception touchdowns, the over and under is a touchdown more for Bowers over McBride. So Vegas thinks that Bowers will outscore McBride by, like 26 points or something like that over the season. So that is kind of a big deal to me, but I still like Trey McBride in the 3rd round, because in the 2nd round, man, I need a running back or a wide receiver. I cannot pick a tight end in those 2 rounds. Like, if you want to fuck around in the 3rd or 4th round, I guess take that tight end, the guaranteed one. So that's why I'm going McBride, Jason.
And I think I'm going to be in the same boat with you too. So Bowers had 112 receptions last year. McBride had 111. Bowers had 1,194 receiving yards. McBride had 1,146. Pretty similar. But Bowers had 5 receiving touchdowns. McBride had 2, just like you said. He didn't have his first receiving touchdown until week 17. And I watched that game. And they tried 4 straight times to get this guy his first touchdown of the season. It took 17 weeks. So very similar stats, but McBride lacks the touchdowns. But when I'm going into the season, I'm thinking for how much drama that it brought to the Cardinals that their best receiver didn't get in the end zone to week 17. I believe they're going to emphasize that next year. And McBride's going to have a lot more, I guess, design plays at the goal line. So, and, the Cardinals, they didn't draft any wide receivers at all. And the Raiders drafted 2 rookie wide receivers.
Yeah, and Jason, who's your new offensive coordinator?
He's from, he was offensive line coach for the Cardinals.
I forgot to mention this, but this is a feeling I have. I talked about this before. They're going to take a step back on the offensive line, and that could be good for McBride, or it could be bad. He might have to block more, or there's going to be no time to throw, and he's going to get even more targets. So I would expect the latter than the former. I think he's going to get more targets because he's an offensive player. He's not like a blocking tight end anyways. So I think that's going to be good for him.
Corion's in the chat. He says the champ.
Corion.
He's so nice on reactivating the league. Now, how about adding additional lineup spots?
How many do we need? I thought I added more, didn't I? Well, if we're only 8 people, we need to add a shit ton, but we're going to be at 12 hopefully this year. All right.
Right. We at least got 9 with Olaf.
Okay. Yeah. Man, we're going to have to hit that hard here in like 2 weeks when we start coming out with a bunch of crazy shit. So
Olaf is, he's going after Bowers, and he's like, looks like I'm going to get Bowers cheap.
Yeah. Bowers cheap. What, in the fucking 2nd round, dog? You're going to have to get him you might get him in the 3rd. I think if you're lucky, you get Bowers in the 3rd, and you can have him. So I'll be getting Hunter Henry and be getting like 10 points less than you. Overall, not per game.
I'm glad you clarified.
Anyway, yeah. All right, man. Are you done? Are you good?
Yeah. To the next one.
Yeah.
Did you notice there was 3 Cardinal players on here?
I did not until you just wait. There's Kyler Murray with there's Trey. Oh shit, there is Marvin Harrison.
I did not know that until 10
Well,
minutes.
they're one of the teams, like Jason, we talked about expected fantasy points or productive. They're a team to target, and it's like, where are those points going to come from? So yeah,
they got players. They definitely have players like you could put on your team. Okay, so Tyler, who would you rather have? Kyler Murray, quarterback 9, or Justin Fields, quarterback 13?
So Kyler Murray's going to the 9th round. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you take Kyler Murray in the 9th round, I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to be like, dude, you suck. But Fields is going 4 rounds later. No. Sorry, 2 rounds later. I saw 13. I was like, oh, shit. 2 rounds later. And at that point, dude, it was a difficult decision. I did not realize that Kyler Murray was going so late. I thought he was going earlier. If he was going earlier, it was going to be easy. Justin Fields all day. But I had to think about this for a while because of that. So Kyler Murray is, talking about positives, Kyler Murray has averaged at least 18 fantasy points per game every single season, man. Kyler Murray's rushing attempts have gone down every season from 8.3 in 2020 to 4.6 last season. So almost cut in half. But he's still ranked 4th in rushing yards and 7th in rushing touchdowns among quarterbacks. Again, he's a smaller quarterback, so the rushing touchdowns probably aren't going to be there all the time, but the yards should be. So, and then we talked about how his season was. Like, I hate boom or bust quarterbacks, man. Like, I hate losing weeks because of my quarterback. Just give me a decent week, man. Every single, I don't care if you're, as long as you're within the top 10 every week, I don't care, man. I don't need that top 5 finish. Just give me in the top 10. Well, Kyler Murray had 5 top 5 finishes last season, and then 9 weeks of quarterback 15 or lower. So it's like, yeah, he had those 5 weeks, dude. And the other 9, he was losing you weeks. So that is where I'm like out on Kyler Murray. And then you look at Justin Fields, right? He averaged 20.7 fantasy points per game in 2022, 21.2 points per game in the first half of the season in 2023, and then 19. Oh god, dude. Anyways, and then 19.8 in the second half of that season, so around 20 points per game, dude. More than that, like 20.5 over that season. And then last year with a new team, 19.4 points per game. So this guy was averaging 19 plus points per game every single time he is a starter. Fields first, man, over the last 3 seasons with 3.4 scrambles per game, 31.3 scramble yards per game, and 0.26 scramble touchdowns per game. So every 4th game, it is a unscripted rushing touchdown for him. That does not happen with Kyler Murray. Fields only has he has only 4 carries in the 1 yard line over his career, and 2 of those are touchdowns. Dude, if the Jets start trying to do tush push shit or offensive line heavy shit, there is a world where he gets way more than 4 carries in the 1 yard line this next year. And as far as what Vegas thinks, Jason, I thought this was kind of interesting. Murray over and under 3,400 yards, man. It's pretty good. Almost 900, almost 900 plus yards or 900 yards fewer is Fields. So that's bad. And then Kyler Murray is passing touchdowns at 20.5. Fields is at 14.5. That's god awful. Okay. So Fields not looking good. But as far as rushing yards goes, Jason, Murray at 475, Fields at 650. Neither of them had rushing touchdown totals, but I guarantee Fields would have been much higher. So again, Fields is the rushing quarterback, Jason. He has a higher floor because over his points per game over his career. Give me MF and Justin Fields every time because of the inconsistency of Kyler Murray being outside the top 15. 9 weeks, man. So that is very real. Like his floor is way too low. And Justin Fields, man, he's actually doing pretty damn good. And it's hidden, so give me him.
Yeah. Once again, we agree on this, and it's for 2 reasons. It's because what you said, Kyler Murray is very inconsistent when it comes to playing, and Justin Fields has great rushing upside. Kyler Murray, at a time, had great rushing upside, but I'm looking at his stats from last year. He had 572 rushing yards, 21 touchdowns. I believe in my heart Justin Fields could get those same stats next year. At least throw for 20 touchdowns. Rushing 500, yeah, what does Vegas have him at? Oh, did you have the rushing for him? They have him over 600, right?
Yeah, it was 650.
Yeah, so this is all about the rushing here because
no, it's not fair.
I can see Justin Fields throwing for 20 touchdowns. Is that a lot in the NFL? Not really, but I can see him doing it. I think
Garrett Wilson's going to get 10, Jason. I think Garrett Wilson's going to get 10.
Yeah, and Fields, he averages 50 yards a game in his entire career. For his career, he averages 50 rushing yards a game. So he basically starts each game with a 5-point advantage for your team. you're getting this advantage multiple rounds later than Murray. I do believe the Jets are going to run more RPOs with Fields, and he's also teaming up with his old college buddy, Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson has a chance to at least get a lot of targets this year.
And the Jets defense is good, Jason. So it's like, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him to just run the ball. So
yeah.
And Brees Hall is a great, and just like all the running backs are great at pass catching. That's good for him as well. So I really like Justin Fields this year over Kyler Murray, especially because I'm like, dude, what do I get with Kyler Murray? I get 5 wins? Oh yeah, fuck that. All right, man.
Yeah. Even Olaf right here just put Fields only 650 rushing yards. Yeah, he'll take that over. I'm like, yeah, I would too.
Yeah. I mean, you think about over, 18 games.
Right.
So that's like, yeah, dude. 600 would be 30 yards a game would be, like 18. That'd be like 600. Yeah. So you're looking at, he's average over that. So yeah. As long as he hits a career average, he will hit that over, no problem.
Right.
Sorry, I was trying to do quick math in my head when I'm fucking.
I know.
Fucked up.
I saw the fractions appear on screen when you were thinking.
The beautiful mind. I'm like,
Yeah, and
I have a college degree in natural resources / forestry. How about that, motherfucker? I went away to college and I drank and I smoked a lot.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, boy.
I guess this one was really hard for me, but let's stay on the trend with the Cardinals, I guess.
It is difficult.
Yeah. And it's Marvin. Why do I keep saying that? Marvison. Come drink your milk. Come drink your milk, Marvin. Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver 19, or Calvin Ridley, wide receiver 30. Junior.
Comment down below, what is your favorite Indiana Jones? Mine is the one with Sean Connery, because I watched it with my dad a lot, and there was puzzles, and there was Germans. It was great. And I didn't like the second one because it scared me because the heart and the monkey brains.
That was my favorite, was Temple of Doom, the second one. Dr.
Like,
Jones, Indy, cover your heart. Cover your heart.
Like, fuck this, dude. I don't want to. People can just rip your heart out of your chest.
Dude, you hear the drums that they do? Da-dunch, 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 da-dunch.
I'm all in the background, just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Burn through the ditches and burn through the witches.
Yeah.
Man, I need long hair again. I need long hair once again. I shall remain until I became whole again. Anyways, were you talking, Jason, about football before I started?
Junior, wide receiver 19, or Calvin Ridley, wide receiver 30. Who would you rather draft?
So yeah, Harrison Jr. going on the 4 or 5 turn. Ridley in the 7th round, so you're looking at 2-round difference, maybe 2.1, 2.2 round difference. Harrison had 11 receptions for 159 yards and a touchdown over the final 2 games. That was a highlight, right? Well, that was still in wide receiver 21. So that's your ceiling, dog, right now. 19th most targets Harrison had at 114. That's not great. And the most uncatchable targets at 45 for wide receivers. I thought that was pretty crazy. So I always heard about scheme and Kyler Murray wasn't seeing him and he was just tossing it up to him. Apparently that's the truth, Jason. Harrison finished as wide receiver 39 in fantasy points per game and 27th in expected fantasy points per game. So even with those uncatchable stuff, his volume was still only 27th expected fantasy points. I don't like that at all. He ranked 84th and 51st in vertical route breaking separation and route win rate, as opposed to 16th and 19th in those categories when it came to horizontal breaking routes. So your only hope here is they kept the same offensive coordinator, right? But shit's got to change. They have to look at these numbers and start changing their route tree and in the way they scheme stuff up for Marvin Harrison Jr. Otherwise, dude, I don't know what's going to change. And then as far as Calvin Ridley goes, he ranked 4th in average depth per target at 16 and 85th in drop station. He had 8 drops last year. So this fool was the deep. But then when you think about Jason, who was the deep target for Will Levis? I bet he had a lot of drops, and so that equals. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. The Titans quarterbacks had the 6th lowest accuracy rate last season, so I'm kind of giving Calvin Ridley a pass on this. I hate 8 drops, But then I'm like, then I look at his average depth per target and thinking about Will Levis, dude. And I'm like, yeah, fucking A, dude. Like, that makes sense. So Ridley has not missed a game and has produced back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons after being suspended for 1 year for gambling. So I like that consistency. Ridley, man, as far as ceiling goes, like when he had decent quarterback play for 3 weeks, he was wide receiver 8, and he averaged 16.9 points per game. All I've been hearing is about Cam Ward, dude, my brother from another mother. He's been disrespected so much, dude. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Cam Ward. I would not be surprised if he comes out and outperforms people's expectations by far. I've been hearing a lot of good things about him as far as like, and when I watched the tape, Jason, he reads the entire field and his anticipation was really great. Those were my 2 strengths that I got from him. And that really bodes well for Calvin Ridley with his route running and stuff like that. You remember that Jacksonville tape, Jason, when I freaked out? I was like, dude, Calvin Ridley, wide receiver number 1 overall. Let's go. And then as far as Vegas goes, Jason, the over and under for Harrison Jr. is at 950.5. Calvin Ridley's only 25 yards fewer than that, so that doesn't make that big of a difference to me. And then Harrison Jr. at 6.5 receiving touchdowns. That is not great. And then Ridley, they do not know where to put Ridley yet. The Titans are one of the teams, like the Titans, the Patriots, maybe somebody else, that are going to look completely different, man. Even a lot of the Broncos don't have shit on there because Vegas does not know. They're thinking longer about how this is going to play out. So this is where you can take advantage of Vegas and some other things in these cloudy situations. And right now, I know what Harrison Jr. is going to be. I feel like I do not know what Ridley's going to be, and he's going 2 rounds later. I know he's going to be the wide receiver 1. He's going to lead them in targets. Give me the question mark that can jump up to maybe the 4th round next year. Maybe Calvin Ridley with Cam Ward next year is a 4th round draft pick, man. So I'm taking that. Marvin Harrison Jr. I already think that Trey McBride's going to lead them in targets. So that kind of fucks me right there. And I know when they get close, Jason, it's going to be James Conner all day. So, and I already spoke about Trey McBride's red zone target share, dude, like at 37%, man. There's not a lot left on the bone for Marvin Harrison Jr. where there's everything, man. A huge fillet for Calvin Ridley waiting there for him.
Do you think I would be a bad quarterback because I can't read?
Because you can't read. Jason, I'll always think you're a good quarterback because you know where to target. You know where your advantage is. When you look out and you see Tyler Ward on the outside, you're like, holy shit, who's guarding that guy? 6'3", 185 pounds, 4'2", 540. I should probably start for the NFL, Jason.
Hopefully I can read that. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I can't read it. This is almost like a Cam Ward post because I'm in the same boat. So, Harrison Jr., he was a bust last year, but his stats are actually good for a rookie. He had good rookie stats, but the thing is, he went in the first.
The hype train left the station,
and then now he's in round 4. It's a 2nd-year bump, and I was like all about it. Now he's all yoked. Have you seen this dude? He's all yoked now, bro.
Did you see me?
He's out there.
I started eating oatmeal.
He's eating oatmeal with blueberries, overnight oats. And I was all about it, but then as the offseason kept continuing, I kept seeing all these like reports. Tyler, you even mentioned reports about like how Kyler Murray cannot see over the field, and that's when like Marvin Harrison was like open 90% of the time, was over the field, and you couldn't reach him, couldn't see him. That scares me. That scares me a lot. Well, Calvin Ridley, I think you kind of already mentioned this. Well, you mentioned it about Junior here about his uncatchable targets at 45. Is that 45 targets that were uncatchable? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look. Shit. There's most. I'm drunk.
That's okay. Well, because when I was looking up, like Calvin Ridley was like in the same boat, dude. For the last like 2 years.
Yeah, as far as uncatchable targets, fucking A.
He had the 97th uncatchable catch rate. No, wait. Hold on. What do I have here?
45 uncatchable targets.
Oh, wait. I have it in my notes. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have it in my notes.
He had the sixth lowest accuracy rate, Jason, the quarterbacks did.
So only 71 of Calvin Ridley's targets last year were deemed catchable. And that was like out of 120. And that was like ranked 27th in catchable target rate. Oh, damn. I'm knocking over my freaking light here. That's what I was trying to say. But if you look at it, look at the quarterbacks that he had to play with the last like 2 years, you know? So now it's more like, are you a Cam Ward truther? Do you believe in him? Because if you believe in Cam Ward, then definitely Calvin Ridley is something that you want to roll the dice for. You want to roll the dice on him because
roll the dice, sacrifice.
If the first overall pick, if he's going to be as good as everyone hopes that he is, then his catch rate is going to skyrocket next year because Calvin Ridley is a good wide receiver. He's just not getting the best opportunities. Maybe next year it can finally happen for him.
Hey, if you like working out, man, Jason, Nipsey Hussle, hustling all my life, grinding on my life, Also, Humankind. Hey, stop it. Humankind, man. Big dogs, go check it out. Step, Jason. Big step in.
Yeah.
I think I said that last week as well. All right, man.
Mo's in here. Mo G, he says, what up?
What's up, Mo G? Hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hopefully you're going to be in our league again. All right, man. Do it now. Jason.
Last one here. Let's finish this off with some running backs. Tyler, who would you rather draft? Ashton Jeanty at running back 5 or Christian McCaffery at running back 4?
Oh, my God. My dogs are going crazy. So, yeah. One pick apart. Both going in the first round. Christian McCaffrey has no Achilles. He has averaged 9.4 games per season over the last 5 years. So that's half the fucking year, dog. Over the last 5 years, he's averaging that. So that's terrible. Since Christian McCaffrey was drafted, only 10 running backs have averaged 24 plus fantasy points per game. And Christian McCaffrey has 4 of those seasons. So you think about cheat code, you think about winning the league, you got to think about Christian McCaffrey. That's why people are taking him in the first round, because when he hits, he literally wins you a league. Is that worth it in the first round? First round picks, Jason, regardless, are 50% hit rates, second round draft picks as well. So I can understand why people are taking Christian McCaffrey. I'm not. I don't like to fuck with that, dude. He had 15 receptions in only 4 games last season. That's insane. It's like 3 point something per game. And then you want to talk about Jeanty. He led the FBS in forced missed tackles. We love that. 18 rookie running backs have finished in the top 10 in their position over the last dude. I think it was like 10 years. I think that's what it was. I forgot to write that down. I started writing too many 10s, and so I quit just writing. I think that's what happened, dude. I was all drunk. Or drinking, I should say. But yeah. And then, so, again, Jeanty is one of the best prospects to come out since Saquon Barkley. He's going to be in the top 10 almost guaranteed. The over and under, man, Vegas thinks he's going to have 1,050 rushing yards, Jason. And then you look at CMC for Vegas, only 950, so 100 more rushing yards already. That is huge to me, because I already know that Jeanty's going to get, with Geno Smith, that fool's going to get so many targets. Go look at the Seattle running backs' targets last year. Insane. I think they might have had the most combined. They might have had the most targets in the league, literally. Jeanty, over and under 7.5 rushing touchdowns. I mean, hey, dude, if you get close to 10, sign me up for Jeanty. Christian McCaffrey does not have his rushing touchdown total set yet on DraftKings or any other website I could find. So, like, dude, already Vegas is liking Jeanty more than Christian McCaffrey. With the injury risk, and Jeanty being young, dude, and look at his injury history. Like, give me Ashton Jeanty all day. I don't need to think much about this. I hate Christian McCaffrey in the first round. Again, his upside is such. I get it, dude. Like, I understand why you want him, and the hit rate of first round draft picks are so iffy anyways. You might as well try to pick him. But I would much rather have Ashton Jeanty here, Jason.
You talk about first round picks being iffy. Christian McCaffrey is the king F. Because of what happened to him last year.
He's a jiffy boy.
He's an iffy boy. I want some iffy with some jelly. Put in a sandwich. Give me a loose.
Dude, crunchy or creamy, Jason? I'm all about that crunch.
I like the crunch. I like to feel it in my teeth afterward.
But give me that chunk. Super chunk.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tyler, for how bad I tried, we agree on all of these. I was like, there's got to be something, but when you
We're
do
gonna be
this
like
for
Skip
so
Bayless
long,
and fucking Shannon Sharp, man. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, well Skip, I don't know, I don't like what you say. He's like, it's like, dude, I get it. We're not. This is not the best TV, right? But we're not gonna lie to you either. This is an honest
right.
show.
So I have to go Ashton Jeanty too, especially if it's even if it's just one pick later.
What the hell did you just say? Did you say Ashton Gentry?
Ashton Jeanty.
Ashton.
He's a country singer.
It's like Ashton. It's like Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Jeanty.
Kutcher. Thank you. You're saying ass.
Ashton Jeanty.
He's got a ton of ass. That guy. What should we call him?
So yeah. McCaffery, he can be the RB1 at the end of the season. I mean, last year he was being drafted as the RB1 because he has finished RB1 in the past. But Tyler, the lies, the betrayal, his brittleness Achilles left so much pain and fantasy managers' hearts.
I'll be ready for game one. Bless you. I feel better than I ever have. This is amazing.
Exactly.
My Achilles feel great.
Am I expected to turn around and forget the interview where McCaffery said that he was going to be ready for week 1 if needed? He could play right now. I will not forget that.
Super Bowl. If this is a Super Bowl, I'll play right now.
Nay, I say good day, sir. Again, Jeanty, who also has the potential to be RB1 at the end of the year because he's going to have so much volume. Running backs under Pete Carroll have done well. LaShawn McCoy, he was a running back for Chip Kelly for the Eagles. He led the league in rushing that year. Jeanty can catch too.
Chip Kelly was this running back.
You said it right. Dude. I understand why people are getting McCaffery because he has the talent to do well, whatever. But there are all these reports like, he's hitting like every phase of training camp and he's doing well. And I'm just like, where's the proof?
That's my shit. All the people, all the girls,
where's the doctor's note? I want to see this. Fly me there.
Ain't no hollaback girl. That's what it was. Ain't no hollaback girl.
It's hard to believe, and that's what it is. Like I can't trust him. I don't even trust him in the second round. I think I get him in like the third round if he's available, but he's not because people get him in the first. And it's one of those things. Like if he ends up as running back 1, shrug the shoulders, be like, yeah, that was possible. If he gets injured again because of his brittleness, weak ass ankles, be like, yeah, we knew that was potential too.
Like we were talking about, man, like 50% hit rate on those first 2 rounds. Like if I can help it, I'm taking the higher floor on my first like 3 picks, dude, because I want to hit. I don't want to bust in my first 3 picks. And Christian McCaffrey, dude, is like a 50%. Like, dude, that guy is like a 70% bust rate, maybe. So that's. I'm just taking the safer bet there, and I'm going Ashton Jeanty. Even Vegas thinks so. If you look at rushing yards, that's more sticky than rushing touchdowns, so it doesn't matter. Vegas does think that Jeanty will have the better year, and I'm going that all the time. And I would even draft a lot of wide receivers over Christian McCaffrey, so I'm not having Christian McCaffrey on my team. Anyways, that is the show, Jason. So if you agree, disagree, comment down below. Jason, please send us out.
Real quick, Tyler.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to say, Jason, I know the Bills, I think the Bills might be the favorite for the Super Bowl right now. Last time I checked on the sports radio. I haven't checked it in real life. I would not be surprised if the Eagles won again. I want to say the Eagles would be my favorite because the odds. I bet you if they went back to back, I probably wouldn't be surprised.
I think the Ravens defense is going to be better this year, and they're going to win it.
The Ravens are a good pick, man, because I talked about historical defenses was the Philadelphia Eagles, the Ravens, and the Broncos. And who has the best offense of all those? Probably the Ravens. So that is probably the safest pick. But the Ravens defense has to actually show up on time this year, dude. The Eagles defense was so crazy last year. I think Vic Fangio is still there, dude. So again, tush push still in play. I'm probably going that way. So yeah, but the Bills, man, if the Bills won the Super Bowl, I'd be so pumped. They'd be my favorite, like as far as like me being happy, other than the Vikings. I would like the Bills to win a Super Bowl, Jason, because when I grew up, Jason, I hated the Cowboys. It was 3 years in a row where I had to watch the Cowboys win by like halftime.
For Super Bowl?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You remember
They beat
that
the
shit?
Steelers. I mean, I
My
remember
dad
one
liked the
game
Steelers,
that
now
was
he's
over
cheering
by
for 'em.
halftime.
Well,
What?
it was the Bills, dude. I remember watching the Super Bowl when I was young. I was like, dude, the Bills and the Cowboys. The Bills. I thought the Super Bowl was like literally a Bills and a Cowboys game. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, that's why I became a Cowboys fan because I watched them beat them like 52-17. That was my first
Yeah,
game.
and I was like, I hate the Cowboys after that. And then I watched Little Giants, and I was like, the Cowboys are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah. They got Spike. I hate Spike. Feed the ball here.
All right, guys.
Anyway, Tyler, let's get out here, dude. We'll be here
Thank you so
next
much for
Friday.
watching.
Same time, same station. Come have a brewski with us. Talk shop. Get in our goddamn Discord. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the Lucky Bastard Youth Bowl. This is the Fantasy Red Zone. This is the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you.